Hey everyone, and welcome to the My Ray of Sunshine podcast. My name is Mayra, and I'm here to help you receive the advice you deserve. Now, if you all are here, it's probably because you want to know exactly how you can start reaching out to others for help and getting the help that you truly deserve, because so many times we feel that we have to have the answers for everything, that whatever happens to us is our fault and we have to deal with it, we have to figure it out, we have to have all the answers, and that's not the case at all. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay to rely on others, and it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to feel weak, and it's okay to have bad days, okay? I was so close to not making an episode this week, and I'm just like, Halloween is starting, Halloween is when this airs, tomorrow, and I have to, do whatever I need to do to celebrate that. And even though this isn't a Halloweeny topic per se, this is not a Halloweeny topic, but I feel that it's so important, especially during COVID, especially during these hard times in life, that we understand and can learn that it is okay to ask others for help, and it is okay to feel the way that we do. I know that my podcast is always super cheerful, super positive, and that has honestly been a goal of mine because I like to spread positivity. But then I also want to be real with you guys and let you know that, hey, earlier this week, I had a mental breakdown, one of the many, many mental breakdowns that I have. And here is my advice to you. For anyone who's had those mental breakdowns, for anyone who just is struggling, my heart goes out to you. I'm sending you so much love, and I just hope that you can take the biggest piece of advice and to say the truth, okay? Say how much you're hurting. Tell someone you care about, someone that you trust. Tell them how much you're hurting, okay? I beg you, because that person may not have all the answers, okay? They may not be okay, this is exactly what to do and how to get rid of X, Y, and Z and your issues. They may not know how exactly to solve the problem, but the fact that you went to someone and told them that you're hurting, the fact that you actually vocalized it to someone you trust, to someone that you love, that is enough, okay? Because you're in a sense releasing that weight on your shoulders. You're releasing that ownership of yes, I'm hurting and I have no idea what to do, but you're also owning it because hello, you're dealing with it, and you're also just hoping that someone is there to at least listen, okay? Because listening goes a long way for someone that is hurting. And their support can really show you a different perspective. And like I mentioned, it might not solve all of your problems, but that's okay because you went to someone and you talked about it. And that's a huge step. That's already a step of strength. Even though you may not feel like that right now, it's a step for showing your strength to actually willingly admit, hello, I'm hurting, have no idea what to do, no idea how this is going to get better, no idea what I even expect out of this conversation, but this is how I'm feeling. And having those conversations with a friend, a family member, a partner, like your boyfriend, girlfriend, your husband, wife, or my next point, even a therapist. And yes, I have recently started going to therapy, and I may not have been extremely vocal about it because I just didn't feel like it was an appropriate time. I am such an advocate for mental health because, yes, I believe in anxiety and stress, and I feel that because we don't have all the answers, and because sometimes the people that we love may not also have all the answers for us to help us heal, to help us move forward with our life, that is why sometimes we just need to rely on professional help, okay? I strongly advise that if you are going through something, if you have extreme anxiety, to talk to a professional about it if you feel comfortable, of course, because it takes everyone a certain step to really say, okay, I'm at that point in my life where I'm like, I want to get a better handle of my anxiety. I want to heal from my past. Like, it takes a life-changing moment for you to actually say, okay, yes, I need help. I need someone else's help. And that is okay. Like I said, we don't need to have all the answers all of the time, and it's okay to rely on others to help us get through it. Get through any obstacle that we're facing, get through any challenge that we may experience now, tomorrow, or in the future. And it can be really life-changing. You just really have to trust it, okay? Because I really do think that it can make a difference in your life, and it can give you that hope that you need in the case where you may not have a support system that you can rely on. And not saying like it's one or the other, like you need a therapist only if you don't have a close friend, a close relative, someone you can trust and tell everything to. No. You can have a combination of all the love, like from a professional, family, everyone. You can have a combination of everything and really start thinking about yourself and putting yourself first, and most importantly, taking control of your life to heal yourself inside and out. And I can't stress that enough, especially when people feel that, maybe therapy isn't for them. To those people that may feel like that, like if they ever went to therapy in the past and it hasn't worked out for them, trust me, there are so many therapists in this world, okay? You probably didn't find the right one for you. It's kind of like a partner, right? Like, there are so many fish in the sea, but there's that one person that gives you that spark. There's that one person where you feel the most chemistry with. A professional is exactly that, in a way. It's kind of someone who you just need to trust with all your heart, in talking about your deepest struggles. And they are there, they're trained, they're licensed, they are certified to provide you the advice, and they can do anything to help you see it from a different perspective, to help you start having homework for yourself, to then better yourself for your future self. So it's all a trickling effect that, you have to start thinking about who you're letting into your life, like who you're letting into your heart. That is the most important part. And I'm telling you, like, if you have that inkling that you want to go to therapy or that you want to give it another chance, sorry. Okay. Or that you want to give it another chance, I say just do it. You know, if your inner self is telling you that this is probably going to be extremely life-changing and it's something that you can't really avoid, just do it. Definitely take your own word for it. Take your own intuition. What is your self telling? What is your gut telling you to do? Okay? Because deep down, we know exactly what is right for us. And we know when we hit that point where it's like, okay, I need to seek a professional. And I just want to, like, once and for all, get rid of the stigma of therapy, because it's not anything to be ashamed about. It's really not. Okay? Like, people feel that those who go to therapy have some sort of very, 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 very serious psychological issue, and that it's like, oh wow, like that person is quote unquote crazy. Crazy. And it's not the case. Like, it's not the case at all. If anything, you're stronger for getting the help that you need. You know, like, I think it's quote unquote crazy if you think that you can just do everything on your own without any help ever. Because no one's a hero either. Like, no one's a hero that can just go on through life, zip line through it. No! Like, you really need that healing process. You need someone to tell you exactly what to do. And I really recommend, I highly, highly recommend it, especially if, you know, again, you have that inkling or something. And also, like, people also think that therapy is just meant for people who have very serious issues, like, you know, I mentioned, but also that, like, you know, even if you're just a normal, quote unquote again, person, that you don't need therapy because you're normal. Like, no, everyone needs some sort of guidance, professional guidance in any area, okay? And I just feel like the fact that us as humans can reach our low points, like, and we don't really have to have anxiety. We don't all have to have, like, depression or bipolar disorder or anything like that to feel that low. Like, that's, like, universal. Everyone's low points are universal because everyone has bad days. There's not one person on earth that has a great day back to back, like, all the time. There's always going to be a challenge. There's always going to be a struggle. And also, there's always going to be a point where you're just, like, not sure how to push forward. You're not sure how to move on with that obstacle. But that's what life is all about. I mean, if everything was easy, if everything was just like, okay, you're unemployed, here's the job. Next hour, like, or the next day, you get a job. Or you need money, you wake up with a bunch of money. Like, all of these things are not as easy, and life isn't meant to be that way. And I guess that's what I really want you guys to take away from this episode, is that if you feel that you need the help, if you feel that you are extremely low, or that, you know, you are having a hard time just dealing with life because it's so difficult, like, I am here for you. Like, I hear you and I understand you, and I'm here to tell you that it's going to be okay. Even if you don't think in the moment that it's going to get better, and it's really hard to be positive about it and, you know, see the good in the situation, because we might not see the good in the situation right away. Because imagine if something bad were to happen and we're like, oh yeah, this was supposed to happen. Yeah, I'm learning the lesson. No, it's really not like that. Like sometimes it takes us to like fall into a million pieces before we actually begin to learn the lesson that that specific event was supposed to teach us. And I know everyone can get through absolutely everything that they're going through as long as you have like a little tiny bit of hope that it will. That's all that matters. That's all you need. And surrounding yourself with that love, surrounding yourself with people who care and who want to help you. Because I know in times where I've had mental breakdowns, it's like no one cares, you know, like it's just me in this dark space. And the reality is, if you make yourself known and show your hurt to the people that you love and care about, and even a professional, like they will show you that they want to help you. They will show you how much they're willing to do for you just so that you can feel better. And that is why I so strongly recommend, rather than shutting yourself out, to surround yourself with that love, to be open about your hurt, to be vulnerable, because it does not, I promise you, it does not show you that you are weak. You may feel weak. Trust me, you may feel incredibly weak to be crying, to be breaking down. But at the end of the day, that person cares about you, and that person is there with you in that moment, and they want to help you. And they will do anything that they can to at least listen to what you have to say, because that itself is enough. And also, another advice that I can give you is that if you need your me time, do it. You know, do whatever can help distract your mind. Sometimes that means a nap for me. I'm just like, you know what? I'm fed up with today. Let me take a nap and see how I feel later. And taking a mental break is good as well. I highly recommend it. But too much time alone can also be dangerous because you feel more alone. So make sure that it's monitored. You know, like if you have a mental breakdown and you completely shut down and don't want to talk to people, give yourself an hour or 2 hours to just cry it out, or to just take a nap, or to go shopping and spoil yourself, or do whatever makes you happy. Like treat yourself to a meal. Like if you're having a bad day, just drive over to Chick-fil-A or a McDonald's or something and get yourself a really greasy meal. And even if it might not make you feel better and solve all of your issues, at least you're just getting away from that environment. Like do whatever you need to do to mentally feel okay, mentally feel better about yourself, about the situation. Not saying that it'll get any easier to overcome that challenge, but you're allowing yourself to, you know, get yourself out of the groove. And I don't know about you, but sometimes, like, if I'm feeling down or something, or I just want to cry, sometimes I'm in the mood to cry, as weird as that sounds, I'll just put on a really sad movie, and I'll just cry. I haven't done that in a long time, though. I did that more when I was younger, but it helps me. I mean, I don't know. I created my own mental breakdowns for no reason. Some people don't seek the mental breakdowns. Like, they don't go out of their way to make it happen, to make something really crazy happen. But, I mean, in times where something happens where it's like a shock to you, where you don't know how to react, and perhaps your first instinct is to cry. Cry! Like, you need to cry. You need to let it out. And it's healthy for you to let it out, and it's also healthy to have alone time as well, as long as you know that you can quickly snap out of your alone time and reach out to someone about it, because no one's gonna know you're hurting if you don't tell them. It won't be something that like they just randomly decide to reach out, and even if that were the case, maybe that's a good thing, but then again, are you going to reply to that person that reaches out? It's like all of these factors involved, but what you have to know is that it's gonna be okay, and do whatever helps you. Today, for instance, I noticed that retail therapy is a thing, and it does help you because you're outside of your environment, you're outside of the place that sometimes drives you crazy, and you're out and about and you're seeing all these nice things, and it's like you get this feeling that you want to treat yourself, and there's nothing bad with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So you just have to make sure that you have like a mental plan in the case where, you were to feel low, rather than feeling alone in the process, because that's what makes it so much worse. I can't stress that enough. It really makes it so much worse. Once you reach out to someone, once you surround yourself with that love, once you've given yourself a break and then resumed to getting the help that you need, everything after that will slowly but surely fall into place, because most likely, like I'm 99.99% sure that someone that you love or care about will help you through it. They will listen to you, and they will give you that hope that you need and hold on to. And that's really it. That is the cure, okay? The cure to finally feel like yourself again. And I do think it is a total lifesaver. A few of the lessons I've learned is that though it may be hard, oh my gosh. Sorry. I know I was gonna get emotional. Of course. But what I was saying is, though it may be hard to openly say, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, that's okay. Like, I'm just like tired of the pressure that our society gives us sometimes, where it's like, if you don't know what you're doing, you're not smart enough, or you're not worthy enough, or capable enough. And sometimes, like, that is what gets to me. Like, the small talk of, when you're catching up with someone and they ask you, hey, what have you been up to? I don't want to talk about it. Like, why can't we just go off with, like, the moment? I hate having to, think about, oh crap, at the end of the day, I'm unemployed. At the end of the day, I'm trying to figure things out. But aren't we all, employed or not? Like, aren't we all trying to figure things out? Whether that's, like, a career change or absolutely anything. And I just hate how it's like, I constantly feel like I have to have all of the answers, and if I don't, like, I'm a failure. Like, it's certain things like that really gets to me. And I feel that, like, it's important for me to make this podcast because, like, I don't want to preach that I have it all, and I don't want to make it seem as if, like, even though I'm happy and positive for you guys, because everything I do is for you, and I have you guys in mind when I'm doing my episodes, because everyone who I've invited is in hopes that it will help you, teach you a lesson, in hopes for you to learn exactly how it can help you in your life. And I know that a lot of what I've talked about is mental health, but it's because I feel so strongly about it. Like, that's literally what makes us a human being. It is having, like, a healthy mind. And it's just, like, I put on so many things, and, like, I put on a happy face, and I do these episodes, and not saying that I don't love it. I absolutely love it. But sometimes I'm just like, wow, like, how can I tell someone to know their worth when I'm in the process of knowing mine? Like, it's things that I guess what I recently learned was that, like, from my therapist, she said that sometimes, like, it's normal when we can't take our own advice, and that's because, like, it's not personal to you. So when someone else asks you for advice, you try to help them. That's your instinct. But then it's normal for you not to know what to do in that situation if you were to ever come across it yourself, because it's so personal to you. And it's like, it creates a world of confusion. And that's how I felt a lot of the times, like, where I've been stressed or where I've been overwhelmed. And it's like, what do I do in that situation, And then I start thinking, like, man, like, I start listening back to my other episodes, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, in the moment, obviously, I created that episode feeling like I had a hold of everything. And then I don't realize that when I step outside of that episode and, like, go back to reality, it's like sometimes, like, I forget, and that's completely normal. Like, we're human. We're all in the process of healing. Like, I just really wanted to show, like, the most vulnerable side of me, because I know so many people struggle to show their vulnerability, especially on social media. And here I am on my podcast. But I mean, I just think that, like, it's important for us to know that like, it's okay to struggle, and, like, you don't have to have all the answers. And this is the stuff that I tell myself all the time when I feel that way. When I feel like, like, I have to prove myself and constantly prove myself. Like, no. You don't have to prove yourself to absolutely anyone. And it's all a process of, like, healing. And it's all a process of learning. We learn about ourselves every single day. And we're constantly changing. And it's important for us to just be together in that. Like, Instagram so many times, like, I feel like it's a place where people show off their cars, show off their fabulous life, and then you don't really know what they've been through. You don't really know what they're going through. Like, you don't know someone's story. You don't know a person's story. Period. Because, let's face it, do we all know each other's stories? Most likely not. It's not something that is, like, a common topic of conversation. Like, hey, tell me, who are you? Who were you? Who are you going to be? Like, it's not something that just gets brought up. We create relationships. We meet people. We bond with them and connect with them on a certain level. And then, you know, like, you just see what they allow you to see. And I, like, can't stress it enough that, like, we don't really know everyone's deeper struggles. And we don't really know what people have been through in the past. We don't know absolutely anything. So why judge what we see? Why judge what our feed shows us? Because a lot of the times they're not going to show you when they're having a mental breakdown, or they're not going to show you how tirelessly they worked to get that car that they so hoped for. They're not going to show you that. And the truth is, they don't need to. You know, like, we have to really see that people don't need to prove themselves to anyone else. And they want to show off their car, let them show off their car. You know, like, with every post that you see, always take it with a grain of salt. Okay? Take it with a grain of salt, because you never know what got them there. You don't. And it's really easy for us to compare all the time. But, you know, like, it's important to know that it doesn't always have to be that way. We can kind of put, like, our imaginary guard up and say, like, okay, yeah, they have a car, but, like, you know, who knows how they got there. But it's so important not to be so quick to judge, or so quick to compare yourself to someone else's experiences, because everyone's experiences are different. We all figure things out in our own pace, in our own way. And that is the message that, you know, I want you to walk away with, is that stop comparing yourself, okay? I promise you, I'm also trying. I'm also trying my best not to. And I'm also working on myself with the help of my loved ones and professional help. Like, there's something about, like, you know, knowing that I can rely on the people that I love for guidance. Like, that is, like, my heart, you know, like, it's, I guess, like, it's something that you can never thank enough. You know, like, someone's love is priceless. And support. You know, like, I think it helps you appreciate the people that you surround yourself with even more, when you can see how much they have helped you. And you can also let them know that you're there. Like, it's reciprocated. If I need them, I know I will have the love and support that I need. If they need me, they know they will have the same. So it's something so beautiful to have with whoever you hold close to your heart, and whoever you actually see can help make your life so much better and a whole lot brighter. And I'm doing a lot of work within myself in the process of my podcast. I'm doing a lot of inner work that you guys may not see behind the scenes. Like, it's just stuff that I have to work on, I have to heal from. And a lot of it stems from my anxiety, and that's what I wanted to really, really tackle on. And, you know, I'm healing myself, like, I'm in the process of healing, and I know that who knows how long the healing process, like, will take, or how long I will feel until I feel like I can actually, take charge and control of my life. But it doesn't matter the length of time that it takes. What matters is the whole process, that I willingly choose to go to therapy because I know that it's best for me. And I know that what I learn, the tools that I have, like the homework tasks that I do and complete every time, that I know that will help benefit me in the long run. And a lot of it, to be honest, is like deeper reflection. It's a lot of journaling, or more so letter writing. And it's like doing things like that where you're really going into your mind, or you're tuning into your younger self. That's like a whole lot of courage to do that, because therapy isn't easy. Like it's really hard to do. And I'm a huge advocate for it because, it can really help you see that all of the endless possibilities that you can achieve, all of the things that you can accomplish in your life. And once this episode's over, I may have a bad day after that. I may have a lot of bad days. I may have like a breakdown, but it's not anything to be ashamed about. And I'm not ashamed about it anymore, because I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. And gosh, like, I've always had a smile on my face every time. And it's like, it can get draining. And that's where I cut myself some slack. And I'm just like, okay, let me just have a bad day. Because we all do have that. And it's so hard to be so positive all the time. It's so hard to give off so much of your energy. And I put my heart into this podcast itself. And I put so much of myself in the things that I'm doing. And it can be draining too. And I just like need to tone things out. So I really hope this helps you, or this speaks to you, or you feel like you can have like a better handle of things, or better yet, I hope this encourages you to step up and tell someone you're hurting. It's as simple as that. And I hope that person welcomes you in with like open arms, because I can't imagine like what it would be like for someone to tell someone else that they're hurting and then have the support not be reciprocated, like have the love not be reciprocated. Like, no, we're all humans at the end of the day. And you know what? If you feel like no one is answering, or that you have absolutely no one that you can count on, I am sending you so much love, and I want you to know that you can reach out to me and we can talk things out, because I'm not going to ignore your message. I want to help you, and I've been saying it this whole podcast season. All of season 1 and now season 2, but I hope this helps you, really take a breath and recollect yourself, and just know that you can get through this, and a lot more that is to come. And love and support is literally everything, and the most beautiful thing of all, especially when, like, it's, in a way, it's therapeutic. Like, it's so incredibly therapeutic to just sit with someone and talk and have a heart-to-heart and cry and let out your emotions, because we can't bottle things up any longer. It's dangerous for us to do that. If we keep bottling things up, we're not actually facing our emotions. Instead, we're hiding them, and that is what's going to cause more harm than good, because it's going to make us break down later along the line, and it's not going to be pretty because it's just so many emotions bottled up that we didn't want to face before that we will eventually face all at once in that specific moment. And you don't want that. You should definitely, take my word for it. If like, you're not sure what to do, just take my word for it and just know that you are strong and you are resilient and you are worthy of absolutely everything. And it might not feel like it 100% of the time. And I am working on it, and I'm working on believing it in my heart. But I know that sometimes we just have to look within ourselves to actually start healing. And, who knows? Maybe you just need to change your diet. Like, I'm serious. Like, I am going through, like, a whole change right now. A whole transformation, I should say. Where I'm evolving. And it really is, like, my family. Like, I can't thank my family enough for, like, their support always and for always being there. And trust me, I feel so annoying every time something's wrong. Like, I'm human and I annoy myself. But I just feel that when I was able to, tell them how I'm hurting, they were able to give me a different perspective. And then I realized, like my sister told me, that sometimes you are what you eat. And to be honest, I would always laugh at that statement because I'm like, what does that mean? Like, if I eat French fries, I'm a French fry? Like, I don't get it. But I realized that it's very, very true. And I'm making an effort to change my diet. Not to go on a diet, not to lose weight, but to just eat healthier, to take care of my body. Because, like, this is all, like, we're all human. Your body is unique to you. Your body, what you put in your body, will come back to you and may haunt you. Because I have been drinking chocolate milk for 24 years. I'm 24. Well, probably not 24 years, but I've been drinking milk my whole life. And I'm finally breaking out with it because I think that could also have a lot to do with my mental sanity. And I went shopping with my sister and we bought a whole bunch of healthy foods, and for the first time, I'm actually excited to eat breakfast tomorrow because it's going to be different. And just knowing that I'm feeding myself healthier food options, like, that itself is like a huge transformation for me, because I was always a huge advocate of whatever you like, eat it. Like, whatever foods you want, buy it. Like, who cares? I was always so against healthy foods. And that to me was never an option. I would laugh at a salad, never want anything to do with it. I refrained from it and looking through what I'm actually going through, it's like, we're all connected. Like, it's all probably the reason why I have such a drained energy. Like, I really lack energy. And I come to life at the nighttime. Like, it's weird. But bottom line, you really need to look within yourself, see what you're doing, what changes can you do in a healthier way, what can you do naturally that can help you rather than hurt you, and even if that means having medication later down the line, if that will do good for your health, then do it. But mostly, do your research as well. And I just really hope that I was able to help at least one person feel less alone. And if you stuck with me to this point, I really want to thank you for your support. I don't know how anyone can beat my number one fan, my boyfriend. He literally listens every single week and is incredibly sweet. And I love him for it. But I really do appreciate your support and all the love that I receive from you guys, and just know that you guys are always at the root of it. And even in my hard days and my darkest days, I'm thinking, what am I going to do for my podcast? Can I edit? Can I distract myself? Like, that's all where my mind goes. And I'm here to shed the light in the difficult situations, the bad, the ugly, the difficult. We're going to face it all, but just know that we're all facing it together, just at different times. And it's so important to lift each other up when we have someone reach out to us for their love and support, because it is absolutely priceless what you can do to actually help someone and uplift them and change their life. Also, if you are listening to this episode, I'm very happy you're listening. But there's been a little secret that is only on YouTube for this exact video that I recommend you to check out. I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say it's a little treat for me to you. With Halloween coming. Did I just spoil it? No. I didn't spoil it. But I really hope this podcast made you smile at least once. Stay tuned for more advice and positivity next Friday. As always, it's Mayra. I want you to know you're not alone. You got this. You're very, very strong. And keep repeating it to yourself until you believe it. And I'm here for you. And I'm rooting for you. And I'm proud of your progress, even if you may not be. And I also have to, be the same for myself. We just have to cut ourselves some slack. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe down below. Share with your friends, comment, engage with me, talk to me. I'm all ears for you. I am so happy when I get a new comment, and I would love the support to be able to continue growing my podcast and to help other people in the process. So remember, I'm all about mental healing, and we are all going through our own transformation process. We just have to be a little patient to see the results. But it's all about the process, right? And the journey. So we just have to keep going. And I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope that you guys have the brightest day even if it's raining, even if you're not 100% happy, change your mood around. Do something that can make you happy, and don't forget to tell someone. I'm challenging you. My ray of sunshine is challenging you to be uncomfortable and be strong and resilient to tell someone that you're hurting, and you'll thank me later. Just message me after you do that, and then let me know how it went, because I'm curious. But yes, so much love to you guys, to my sunshine family. I am sending so much love to the sunshine family. I love you guys. Bye!